peacefully and with limited rancor. The essence of win-win. Sun Tzu's contention that all warfare is based upon deception, as in allowing your enemy to perceive you as weaker or stronger than you really are, might imply that seeking peace instead of war can be founded on honesty and openness, for example, the absence of artifice. Interestingly, the word Westerners traditionally translate as art in Chinese more precisely translates into English as water goes. The idea of a natural path, as opposed to art, relates to the precepts and methodologies found in the Tao Te Ching, also Tao Te Ching, a 6th century BCE classic on Taoism attributed to Lao Tzu, and its influence is referenced here and there in our book. Fear not if the concept of deception perturbs your principles. We're not talking about becoming a liar, cheat, or master of deception. Among honest equals, none of this would normally be needed. But playing in rough or unscrupulous company renders Boy and Girl Scouts vulnerable and at an unfair disadvantage. Circumstances define necessity. Successfully competing requires the right tools, attitude, and preparation. Given the origins and purpose of his work, Sun Tzu's arrangement of chapters and topics does not necessarily offer a one-to-one correlation with more peaceful pursuits. Nevertheless, his strategies and tactics for accomplishing one's goals with maximum efficiency and minimum cost remain applicable to any number of modern activities that involve competing and coming out on top, especially competing in a predominantly male-dominated environment. For example, the workplace. Many of his suggestions are intended to be used in concert with others rather than as individual actions. A small change or addition can alter an entire strategy. Thus, the reason for Sun Tzu's Art of War for Women. Consistent with the teachings of the Tao, which clearly influence Sun Tzu, there are no hard-set rules to memorize. In this school of thought, extremes like good and evil are closely related, as each exists only in contrast to the other. Similarly, the way a plan worked for you yesterday can fall short tomorrow. This is why we focus on an understanding of Sun Tzu's principles, rather than a list of do's and don'ts to memorize. References to the enemy may correspond to your competition for promotion at work. In situations where men enjoy a gender-based advantage, these often represent challenges a woman needs to overcome in order to stand on a favorable playing field. Look at them as challenges a resourceful woman can employ without making many enemies. A characteristic contrast between the United States and Sun Tzu's mainland China may be found in their traditional manner of addressing problems. Whereas the American way might be to confront the problem head-on, the Chinese method is more likely to circumvent it. Otherwise stated, seek a path around the impediment, rather than banging your head against it. The tallest tree falls to the wind. A blade of grass bends without breaking. The annual plethora of self-improvement books, like this one, sold each year, seems to suggest that millions of people are taking greater strides to increase their chances of changing themselves and their circumstances for the better. Improvement, of course, is a multi-step process. First, acquire knowledge and understanding from what you've read, watched, or heard. Then, apply it to real-life situations. Merely learning how to do something is not enough. You must also use it in a practical and meaningful way. The beauty of successfully competing on the job is naturally carried over into your home and social life. Applying your new knowledge can help you build confidence, which tends to promote still more success and increased assurance. It's no secret that winning tends to breed success in almost any environment, so long as you don't let it go to your head. Pursuing goals. Being successful as a woman doesn't necessarily mean beating men or other successful women at their game. Lots of women have discovered the advantages of competing on their own terms. We've all heard the cliches about women needing to work twice as hard and achieve 3 times as much as men in order to receive half the recognition. It's time to put these pithy maxims aside and focus on what works best for you and, at the same time, feels